Welcome to this amazing moment in boxing and sports history. We're very excited to be officially announcing one of the biggest events ever in all of sports. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, Saturday, May the 2nd, at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas and live on pay-per-view.
A tableau that millions never thought they'd see. Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao sharing a stage to announce not just the fight of the century, but the richest fight in history. It's their only joint appearance until fight week, the only time these two will meet before arriving in Las Vegas.
I'm in the gym working right now, dedicating myself, pushing myself to the limit, because I never wanted to win a fight so bad in my life. It's been a long road, but we're here now.
To all the media and press, thank you so much to all your support. And to the fans of boxing, I believe that is what are you waiting for since 5 years ago.
The press conference to end all press conferences seems a curiously subdued affair. Perhaps after years of accusation, recrimination, and negotiation, the principals are finally tired of talk.
Everybody said, hey, with the animosity, with the camps, you'll never get this done. But that's not true. You missed me, right, Floyd?
The history between Mayweather and Bob Arum is a long one, fraught with slights and battles, grand designs, and thwarted ambitions. It dates to 1996, when Floyd made his professional debut under Arum's promotional banner.
When I went to top rank, at that particular time, their whole focus was Oscar De La Hoya. He was the cash cow. So only thing I could do is respect that. Bob Arum wanted me to be a certain way. So that's why we kept bumping heads,
You came out, you showboated a little bit earlier. You do that, that's part of your thing. Obviously, it rankled the crowd a little bit. They weren't thrilled with that.
Some guys you love, some guys you hate. That's what sells tickets. And I'm here to sell tickets, you know. I'm a performer, that's what I do, I sell myself.
I'd rather be hated for being real and who I am than be loved for someone that I'm not.
After 10 years, Mayweather decided to assume control of his career and his identity. For $750,000, he bought himself out of his contract with Arum.
Finally, when I got free and became my own boss, I done things my way.
Pretty boy Floyd was a thing of the past. In his place emerged a louder, more brash persona. Money Mayweather, owner of Mayweather Promotions. He'd so offend to make offense a skill. Floyd booked a fight against none other than Arum's erstwhile golden boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
That's when we started doing record-breaking numbers, and that's what it's about.
It was the biggest purse boxing had ever seen, well over $150 million. Floyd won the super welterweight belt and the mythical pound-for-pound title. What's more, it would be the last time anyone called him the B-side fighter.
Money isn't everything. Money is the only thing.
Ever since I was a youngin', only thing I know, even though you got bread, you can always get more. Cause it's all about the money, money, money. All about that money, money, money. I do this for my hustlers that hustle all day. My strugglers that know all their customers' full name. Cause it's all about that money, money, money. All about that money, money, money.
With no press tour for this fight, Floyd immediately returns to his Las Vegas gym and gets back to work.
Master of the hurt business. They're watching a legend right now. A legend at work.
The interest in Mayweather's musings have reached an all-time high. Cameras are everywhere. But as their focus narrows on him, so does Floyd's focus narrow on his training. A fighter doesn't become 47-0 all alone. If the fight itself is a solitary endeavor, the training is not. Just as Mayweather evolved, so has his camp.
I didn't do it by myself. You know, everybody played a major, major role, from my father to Roger. The list goes on and on. But I didn't get to where I got to overnight. It took time. It took a lot of time. Each and every day, my team get stronger and stronger and stronger. That's what I need to prepare me for a fight of this magnitude.
Floyd was raised in the gyms of Grand Rapids, Michigan. A youth spent studying those who came before him. His father and his uncle Roger, both well-regarded pros. Still, it was clear early on his talents surpassed even his pedigree. In 1993, under his father's tutelage, Floyd won his first National Golden Gloves championship. He was 16.
It felt good, but it was very hard. I had to struggle, struggle and fight. But first, I want to thank the good man upstairs for giving me this opportunity to win the national championship. And second of all, I want to thank my father.
He's the best in the Midwest, I must confess. For all the rest, is no contest.
When he was young, man, you can't believe what he was doing. I mean, this guy was destined to be a champion. And I did what it took to get him where he had to go. And, and in the process of me doing all that, I ended up going to prison.
Just weeks removed from Floyd's first national title, Sr. was sentenced to 5.5 years for drug trafficking.
That was a bad, hard thing for me. I thought about my son a whole lot. We used to talk a lot on the telephone, and he used to ask me things, tell him things about what he needs to do, and I did that.
Young men need their fathers. Fighters need their trainers. Floyd had lost both. And while some predicted the end of his amateur career, he went on to win 2 more National Golden Gloves titles. At 19, with his dad still in prison, he qualified for the '96 Olympic Games in Atlanta.
I think about him. I think about him. He in my heart. I go down there thinking he in my corner. Just don't think about nothing else. I go down there thinking he in my corner.
Everything in life happens for a reason. And that made me work hard and push myself to the limit.
In advancing to the quarterfinals, Floyd became the first American Olympian to beat a Cuban fighter in 20 years. And though his father remained in federal penitentiary 700 miles away, he was determined to enjoy it.
Hey, they got a pen trading place over here. I'm gonna trade my pen. Hey, what y'all have this pen? So what you gonna trade me for this for? They really into this pen trading.
Among Floyd's teammates was heavyweight Nate Jones, who went on to win bronze for America that summer.
Both made the Olympic team in 1996. It's the greatest moment of our lives. I was in the semifinals as well. My fight was before his. I lost a very close decision. I was very disappointed, but now it was time for me to support my teammate. Floyd dominated the fight.
That's where Mayweather wants to be, on the inside, working the body of the head.
Well, he clearly got robbed. I mean, it was the worst decision I've seen in the whole Olympics.
The winner from the red corner.
So the winner is Serafin Todorov, although the referee, Schumann, raised the hand of Floyd Mayweather.
Guess what? This was not a good decision.
Floyd took it like a champ, but not USA Boxing. They need to get rid of the whole system and get a new establishment to control amateur boxing.
Well, I think that, I don't really want to say I won a bronze medal. I think it's best to say I received a bronze medal, because you can't win a bronze if you lost.
We all know I got ripped up, I got to live with it, I'm just going to, take my bronze medal, and go home, it's time for me to turn professional, I can't deal with this amateur boxing anymore.
It's difficult to argue with Floyd's career choices. Where others may have dwelt on the injustice, Mayweather found incentive.
In the '96 Olympic Games, I'm happy with how the results went. I'm really happy, because that made me strive and work hard to get to where I'm at today.
The best thing that can come from a loss is to never lose again, which is why Floyd continues his relentless pace in the gym.
No video, no picture. All phones, cameras away.
Or you will be asked to leave.
For this fight, the use of cell phones has been prohibited inside the Mayweather Boxing Club. Allowing only professional media outlets to film, there will be no distractions and no exceptions. Unless, perhaps, you're a media icon.
I've never experienced anything like this. It's pretty remarkable to see just how disciplined and focused he is. I mean, it's just so fun to watch him. I thought about trying to get a ticket until I heard they were like $87,000.
Yeah, that's like in the 6th row. Ringside, I've gotten anywhere from about 150,000 on a...
Really? Wow. That's insane.
Got that Chanel watch on, huh?
The first thing he said to me was, "Nice Chanel watch." This guy knows his watches.
Who bought you that?
I bought it for myself.
Okay, that's a nice watch. Yeah, all them years of hard work.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need anybody to buy my watches, Mr. Mayweather.
The Mayweather Boxing Club in South Las Vegas and the Wild Card Gym in Hollywood are among the sport's most prominent locations. But this week, they find themselves under siege. The media onslaught generates its own conversation.
And both these guys got the passion, you know? Both of them want it. It's not about the money, it's about the pride.
These gyms are not strangers to mega fight hype. But this is different. More cameras, more reporters, more fanfare.
You know, we both are future Hall of Famers, and it's a good matchup.
This is one of the biggest fight in boxing history, so.
9 figures in 36 minutes. Truly, truly blessed, and I'm thankful.
Though the fighters haven't engaged in trash talk, the differences between them remain abundantly clear.
What strengths do you think Manny Pacquiao has?
You know, he's a fast guy. I mean, but he makes a lot of mistakes.
Reckless fighter, that's how people like me.
You know, losing actually makes you a better fighter, I feel, and it makes you a better person.
You know, I don't worry about any fighter. It's just another fight to me.
Determination is there, is back, and the killer instinct is there.
And it's all about the fighters fighting May 2nd, giving the people excitement.
That's definitely what the fans want.
Facing Floyd Mayweather is not going to be an easy task.
Win or lose, do you want a rematch?
It all depends on, you know, what round we knock him out in.
Freddie Roach says, this is your time to lose. How do you say about that?
I faced Freddie Roach before.
Yeah.
And he said the same thing before.
You understand how important this is, obviously, to you and to the sport of boxing, but also as a local for Las Vegas, this is a big thing.
I mean, I love to get back, you know, to the best city in the world, which is Las Vegas, Nevada. I mean, this is the capital of boxing. These fans have supported me from day one. A 19-year career, I couldn't do it, you know, without the fans in Las Vegas.
Thanks, Chan. Appreciate it.
Floyd's long-standing love affair with Las Vegas began in the mid-90s. It was a different city, but then, as now, a boxing town. A perfect place for an ambitious young fighter to make his mark.
My Uncle Jeff brought me to Vegas. I wasn't nothing but a teenager. I didn't know anything about the business. My first pro fight, I received $25,000.
The Texas Station Casino in Las Vegas was the site of Floyd Mayweather's first professional fight, which I announced. The fight was actually in a parking lot outdoors. It was a highly anticipated debut by him.
There is Floyd Mayweather, 19 years of age, out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. He could have won a gold medal. He was what many will say was robbed.
Introducing Pretty Boy Floyd Mayweather.
And Mayweather left nothing in the dressing room.
Just 2 months removed from his controversial Olympic loss, Floyd handled himself like an old pro.
Well, he told us yesterday he did not want to slug. He wanted to box. And Apodaca was hurt by that exchange.
It was a little different Floyd Mayweather than we see now, throwing lots of combinations, being very, very aggressive. He was anxious to impress.
Just a matter of time.
Mayweather, there goes Apodaca.
And I do not think he's getting up, and he is not. This one has been stopped in round number 2. And in his pro debut, he stops Roberto Apodaca.
We have to remember that Floyd Mayweather was on the undercard, and so it wasn't the main event, and it wasn't the main focus of the whole evening. But you certainly looked at him on that night and say, this is a fighter to beware of, and somebody that you know is going to make a serious imprint in boxing. And I think it was an indication how special he was going to be.
You were able to work the body exceptionally well during the course of this bout. You must be happy with what you did here in this first pro fight.
Yes, because you know Mexicans are known for taking good headshots, so you know I had to go to the body tonight. And I came out here and I done what I had to do tonight.
What do you think, Raj?
Well, I knew Floyd hadn't performed very well, but there's like a little more things he can do. But as he gets to be fighting more often, it's going to come to him naturally.
Everything is a process. Everything takes time. I feel like in '96, I was crawling. And, you know, now I'm running.
Floyd's come a long way from that casino parking lot. As the city has grown, so has the fighter and his following. Mayweather, a name that's become synonymous with Las Vegas. Watching the pound-for-pound king train is now one of the hottest acts in town. Floyd has long been renowned for the ardor and showmanship that attends his workouts. But with the Pacquiao fight rapidly approaching, he keeps ratcheting up the intensity.
Blood and sweat, 19 years on top.
He's training twice daily, up to 6 hours a day. 7 miles of road work, 700 sit-ups, and upwards of 10,000 punches. The pace is relentless. Breaks between workouts, minimal.
With Floyd, he had a competitive spirit about him that was different than any other fighter I ever worked with. He was easier to get to train than any other fighter I ever worked with. With Floyd, I can remember being in the gym with him, and Carlos Navarro was the #1 ranked 119-pounder, and Floyd would spar 10 rounds, and that's enough. And I'd say, well, Navarro went 12 today. Well, I'm going 13. Navarro ran 3 miles today. Well, I'm going to run 4. He was very, very focused that way. He wanted to win. And whatever it took to win is what Floyd was going to do.
For those that don't know, when my dad went to prison when I was 16, Don Hale brought me in and treated me like I was a son. Him and his wife treated me, I can't even say good. They treated me great.
Big Floyd had sent little Floyd to stay with Roger when he had to go to jail. And Roger couldn't handle it. After a couple of weeks, he sent him back to Grand Rapids. But he was concerned about him. So that's when he talked to me about watching out for him.
When Don Hale brought me in, it motivated me to want to buy a house like that, to want to put my mother in a big house. So, if I never had a chance to tell him thank you, I really appreciate him. Because these guys, they bought me top clothes and top shoes, and that was before I was even, 21, because by the time I was 21, I was a millionaire.
It didn't turn out that way for all Don Hale's proteges, including Nate Jones. Today, Jones trains his own stable of fighters and is among the champ's most trusted advisors. If it's not what Jones imagined for himself, in some ways, it's a lot better. At 21, Nate was released from prison and trying to find his way on boxing's amateur circuit. That's when he met Floyd. They became friends first, then teammates on the Olympic squad. But that's where their paths would diverge.
After the Olympics in 1996, where we both won bronze medals, he went his way with his professional career. I went my way. My career didn't go as good as his. I only had 21 professional fights. In 2001, I decided to retire. I felt like my body was telling me, hey, Nate, it's over. So you gave it a good run. If it ends here, it's okay.
He knew his career was winding down. What he didn't know was what his future held.
After I retired, things went crazy, and I was very depressed. A lot of people was looking down on me, like, this guy was an Olympian, look at him now. I was down to my last change. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I wanted to go back to selling drugs or trying to stick up people to make a living. I'm glad I wasn't forced to do that, because Floyd gave me that call when he heard I retired. He gave me that call and said, look, Nate, you're gonna be one of the best trainers in boxing. You know the game. And he turned the light on, and I've been reaching for that goal ever since. You're gonna get there, baby. Hard work pays. Can't be denied. Can't be denied.
Just work. Hardest work, man. Don't cry, don't complain, just work. I'm there strong. Stiffen.
Nate's loyal, no matter what. Through rain, sleet, snow, or hell, he's loyal. Real friend. I will always love him, and I always will be there for him and his family. As long as he's my friend, he will always be okay.
He's been like my guardian angel sometimes, so I just really look at things different now, because it changed my life a little bit, so I don't know.
Always focus. No matter what's going on, always focus.
This hasn't been the typical kind of training camp. There have been fewer diversions and an even sharper focus.
People say that Floyd is being different, but they actually don't know what's going through his head. He's preparing mentally for the fight. He has to do what's best for him.
In keeping with his own directive, Floyd has opted out of the festivities that usually mark the end of camp. No pre-fight gala, no barbecue.
We were going to do the appreciation party. We had something very big planned, and he said, I don't want it. I don't want it because I'm focused. This is the biggest fight of my life.
Dealing with the whole thing is just too much. They want him to meet and greet. Talking to 300 people, so he want to kill that whole part of it. It's too much energy burning.
I think he understands the magnitude of this fight. I think he wants to go out and prove to everyone that he is the best, and no one can take that from him.
This is not like a normal fight. It's a different type of pressure. Now, it's a different world.
No joke. Patience wins the fights, man. Smart, that's right.
Another difference in this camp has been the presence of 5-time world champion Zab Judah, a training partner who can emulate Manny Pacquiao's speed and unorthodox southpaw style.
I brought Zab in, even though we may not box every day. I like to be surrounded by world champions. Zab is in the gym now, pushing me, making me think.
We just heard of this boy. We just heard of him. He just came on the scene.
And that's what I need for a guy like Manny.
He's looking great. His hand speed is looking good. He's aggressive. I would love to see him excel in this opportunity.
If Floyd respects Judah, it's because they were once opponents. Nobody knows a fighter like a man he has fought. In the case of Mayweather and Pacquiao, even more so the men who fought them both.
The build-up for this fight It's what makes this the biggest fight, you know, that the sport has ever seen. You know, we both have faced, you know, a lot of the same fighters.
The boxing show, Golpe a Golpe, is filmed in Mexico City. Among the reasons for its popularity is its star panelist. At 41, Juan Manuel Marquez has won 7 titles in 5 weight classes. What's more, he may rank as the world's foremost expert on fighting Manny Pacquiao.
I fought with Pacquiao 4 fights. I know him.
After 12 great featherweight rounds, the bout is a draw.
The first 3 fights ended in a draw and 2 wins for Pacquiao.
Pacquiao is a great fighter, has a great speed.
And then in 2012, in their 4th match, a seismic shift in the sport's balance of power occurred. It was a knockout that no one saw coming.
When I saw Pacquiao in the floor, I feel very happy. People said, a locking punch. I don't think so.
Subtext quickly became context, as Marquez also had history with Mayweather, dating back to 2009.
Mayweather has a great defense, long arms. He's very smart.
The occasion was Mayweather's return after 2 years away from the ring. Time off had done nothing to disrupt his timing, as his defensive skills and counterpunching earned him a lopsided unanimous decision and a new post-fight challenge.
Shane Mosley is one hell of a fighter. I'm not scared of Shane Mosley. I'm not scared of no fight.
We just want to get it on, that's all. I mean, the fans want to see a great fight. Me and Money Mayweather, let's get this on.
Shane Mosley, now retired and training his son Shane Jr., won belts in 3 divisions. He was a bigger and more natural welterweight than Mayweather, and in 2010, he was next in line to take on the undefeated champ.
So I felt that I had the advantage on Floyd. I was very certain that I can hit him with good shots, and I thought that could be the difference. I caught him when he thought that he was out the way. I kind of slide in, veteran move, and caught him right on the button and rocked him. Yeah, he was surprised, and I was like, wow, this is my chance. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna knock him out. I just couldn't.
The shot was perhaps the hardest punch Mayweather has ever taken. If that moment was a test, Floyd passed in epic fashion. Not just surviving, but winning each remaining round.
He made the adjustment. He was able to capitalize. After that, the fight was over. Mayweather did what he was supposed to do as a champion to win.
The following year, 2011, saw Mosley take on Manny Pacquiao for the WBO welterweight championship.
Manny Pacquiao throws a lot of punches, and he comes in at different times, and he tries to surprise you with different shots. I underestimated the power from Manny, and you know, I got knocked down.
There's a left hand, and it drops Mosley.
I couldn't believe, I was shocked and surprised, the punching power that he possessed.
He would rise, but never really recover, losing another unanimous decision.
He was very fast. He's gonna fight hard. He's gonna give you everything. He's a real warrior. He's a real fighter.
Manny Pacquiao.
For the Floyd Mayweather fight, we were both undefeated. None of us experienced what it was like to lose.
Today, he owns the Hatton Boxing Academy in Manchester. But in 2007, Ricky Hatton was a 43-0 British sensation, whose fans crossed the Atlantic and descended upon the MGM by the tens of thousands.
When I was fighting a genius, a boxing artist, I was getting more and more frustrated. Lose your cool against Floyd Mayweather, what you do is you get knocked out.
Evidence of Mayweather's artistry came in the 10th round with a beautifully timed check hook. It was Hatton's first loss. Still, 2 years later, on the eve of his fight with Pacquiao, fans were asking, if Floyd knocked him out, what would Manny do?
I got to Vegas 8 weeks before the fight. It was a little bit different to the Floyd Mayweather fight. I mean, I didn't have to put up with the mouth. I'll always live by the sword and die for the sword. I mean, I don't go for points, I go for knockout. And when you fight like I do against somebody as destructive a puncher as Manny Pacquiao, there's always a good chance you could walk onto shots like I did.
Pacquiao knocked him down twice in the first round, but the coup de grace came in the second.
And obviously, the finishing shot was probably one of the most brutal one-punch knockouts you're going to see. It was the start of my depression, I think, a little bit. You know, I suffered badly from depression after that fight. It was that hard to take it.
You abandoned me, left me broken and in pain. I know I won't see your face tomorrow or any other day. See, you abandoned me, left me cold and lonely and betrayed.
If anyone's got the style to beat Floyd, Manny has, you know, my experience of being in there with them both. But I just give it Floyd by the narrowest of margins. I think Floyd will just find a way.
Mayweather has the style to win this fight. Pacquiao for this fight is dangerous, but right now, I think Pacquiao, he remembered my right hand.
Floyd has a better IQ of the fight game, but Manny's a harder fighter. We're gonna see what Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather is made of.
Though the fight's only days away, the sparring has intensified. While most camps typically taper off, Floyd is still drawing blood.
Let's go. Clean up that DNA.
Courtney, get the towel, get the towel, Courtney. I gotta wipe the blood off.
See this? You got blood on my shirt. I was just watching.
Champ don't take long breaks. He don't take long breaks.
After sparring, Floyd's workout continues. At 38, Mayweather understands age as another opponent, to be acknowledged, respected, and finally overcome.
God, 2 more fights and I'm finished.
Less than 2 weeks after the fight was announced, Floyd sent a letter to each member of his camp containing the following excerpts. Team, I want to be clear. I appreciate all of you. I want the best for everyone. But I only have 2 more fights in my career. I can no longer be everyone's savior or problem solver. There is a beginning and an end. Sincerely, Floyd Mayweather.
Won't somebody tell me an answer if you can? I want someone to tell me what is the soul of a man?
Perhaps it had to end like this. If Mayweather and Pacquiao were defined by each other, now each has the chance to define himself.
No matter how you cut it, slice it, and dice it, it's only one name that counts, and that's Mayweather.
Sports are metaphors for combat, but boxing is without metaphor. Boxing is combat. Some endeavors reveal character. Boxing reveals something deeper.
When you go to war, you're gonna get hit. It's just how you react after you get hit. I keep fighting.
One man fights because it's in his blood.
Damn good work, baby.
For the other, it was a means to escape crushing poverty.
You know, I started from nothing and now I have something.
I've traveled different countries, traveled in this land. Haven't found one to tell me what's the soul.
The places they've been.
Let's go.
The trials they've endured. It's the sum of a man.
I'm a winner. I know how to win, and no matter how.
The soul of a fighter.
When he does the last prayer and he comes up from that prayer, and I know he's ready to fight.
With that right hand. I do everything better than every boxer. Everything.
A fighter's story is that of the men he's fought. But now they fight each other.
Let's go. All work is what? I'm all right. I'm undefeated. I'm the best.
This is it, you know, it's gonna be fun.
Everybody look good in the gym. I look good under the lights when it counts.
Now they seek not to make metaphor, but history.
Someone asked me a question the other day. What's more important, having an undefeated record or, you know, a 9-figure payday? I mean, I said my children can't eat in a boxing ring for the rest of their lives. It's business for me.
Mayweather fans in the house. Do we have any Pacquiao fans in the house?
Oh, my. A day before the fight, Mayweather fans and Pacquiao fans come together in another first, a sold-out weigh-in. While Floyd may be the hometown fighter, it's not a hometown crowd.
Floyd fights for Floyd. Because when my career is long gone, the people and the fans and the critics are going to move on to the next.
145 pounds, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.
Ready for this, champ?
Mayweather weighs in at 146 pounds.
My career is over in September.
48 knows enough.
49 and all.
49 knows enough. Don't have to go beyond it.
When people talk about breaking Rocky Marciano record, I just say, man, I'm happy with how my career has went. I'll sleep comfortable every night.
TBE! The best ever. We're gonna beat this boy out.
Did it bother you a little bit to hear them sprinkling bullets to your chip?
I don't want to worry about that. You get knocked out, little man.
Manny Pacquiao said thank you. Did you respond?
No. Man, I'm good. I just want to tell all you guys throughout the years, man, thank you. You guys done a tremendous job.
Let's go, Stone. Let's go, Stone. Let's go, baby. You don't want it.
He's not ready. That's why he's doing all that